Okay, so David, Savage Messiah, you just played earlier on this morning. How was it?
That was killer. Yeah, really enjoyed it.
Brilliant. So, have you guys been here all weekend? Oh, you've only got here today.
We arrived at about 4 a.m. Yesterday. Well, today actually, in fact, because we got messed around with our van. It was a bit chaotic, but we got here in the end. Then we were like pitching a tent at 5 a.m. Slept for about 2 hours until the sewage guy started like I don't know what you call that, but he started pumping the porta cabins, and then we were just I woke up, so I'm still awake.
Still doing well. Brilliant. Okay, so are you going to be checking any bands out today?
Absolutely. I can't wait to see Sanctuary. It's one of my favorite bands from buying metal vinyls when I was a kid, and of course Testament. It's one of my favorite bands. And who else is playing today?
Mayhem.
Oh, Mayhem are playing today. Cool.
Yeah.
But I plan to just wander around and watch bands and kind of thing.
So what would be your kind of festival survival tips?
Festival survival tips. Toilet paper. A sleep bag, some sort of sleeping mat. Like I didn't bring a sleeping mat, and my sleeping bag is broken. So I found this. It was difficult to sleep. Yeah. So that sort of thing, I guess. Because most people come here to drink and get really drunk and watch bands. So when you're totally inebriated, I think you don't really need anything. You need a tent, maybe. I saw a few people when we came at 4 a.m. asleep in chairs, like just sort of keeled over. Yeah, they know how to party, I guess.
So do you think kind of the festival is similar to kind of like a touring sort of regime?
No, not at all. No, because the thing with touring is you have a lot more time. Even if you're a sport band, you'll probably get a lot of time in the venue to kind of acclimatize or whatever. And if you're headlining, you'll get there in the morning, you'll wait around all day, you'll set up your sound check. Whereas festivals really you just kind of get thrown on the stage and you just sort of have to, swim or sink and hope for the best, really, I guess.
Do you like working like that, though? Is that different?
Yeah, I think a lot of bands would say that they prefer being just thrown into it because you don't have too much time to dwell on. I mean, that's one of the worst things. Sometimes, you build up so much anticipation for the gig that when you get on stage, you've almost built up too much anticipation or whatever. But whereas sometimes, we've had our best gigs. We played at a festival in Lithuania once where we missed our flight, and then we literally arrived. We got driven at about 100 miles an hour, and it was like we got there and they're like, oh well, you're not late, you're on in 15 minutes. It was like, right, okay, sweet. But we had a great gig because we didn't have time to get worried about anything,
Okay, now Plague of Conscience was officially released in February of this year, but it was originally released as a free download. So what was your decision behind doing that?
Well, that was something that Earache they wanted to do because they've done it with Worm Rot and with Gamma Bomb. And I think they just felt that it was going to be a quicker way to bring people into the band quicker. If something's free, people are going to kind of check it out. And that was the thinking behind it. And it did really well for us. I think it had something about 20,000 people download it in the first week, which was cool because it was quite a bit of a lull between our first album and then our second album because, we had label change and we had just, things that bands go through, so it took like 3 years. So I think what they wanted to do is kind of give the band like a shot in the arm to sort of get us moving again really quick, so that's why they did that. And
I mean, I know it's an age-old conversation, but obviously you did release it as a download, so do you think that downloading is a positive thing?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, it's quite a strange situation really when an industry's survival suddenly, almost overnight, becomes dependent upon the moral predisposition of its demographic, and that's what's kind of happened with the music industry. So it's sort of weird, like how do you get around that? I mean, do you go to governments or do you try and educate people? I don't know, but you got to use technology, you have to evolve. You can't, I think the biggest problem, the biggest mistake the industry made is they tried to fight the evolution. I think that's why it is how it is now. But you know what, if people, as a metal band, it's very difficult to make money from selling CDs anyway. Our income is always going to be in touring and in merchandise, and so if people download it, love it, and then come to gigs, that's fine. That's absolutely cool, Yeah.
So what kind of response has you had since kind of the official release of the album? What kind of response have you had?
Yeah, I mean, it's been killer. The press has been really good. We really started to feel like we were developing a small fan base for the first time. So we felt that it was progressing, it was moving forward, and we enjoy playing the songs, and yeah, it's taken the band to the next level, whatever that means. It sort of kept us on the kind of the trajectory that we want to be on. So I mean, it wasn't ever going to come out and sort of sell 10 million copies, and but it was not ever the intention for the album to do that. So yeah, it's been cool. It's been ticking along for us, and keep building the name of the band. I think it's the most important thing.
So what's next for you guys?
We've got some shows. We're doing a show with Evil at their hometown show in Holmfirth. We've been putting for a lot of stuff. I mean, as a band, we want to be touring regularly. That's our intention. We're doing a music video, which is going to be pretty cool. We've got some good ideas for that, and we'll just pick up some tours and gigs as and when we can.
Watch your space.
Absolutely, yeah, as always, yeah.
Well, that's it. Unless there's anything else you wanted to add.
Cheers for checking it out, and thanks.